This morning, I interviewed Ben Rhodes, the Deputy National Security Advisor, on this stage, and I asked him a simple question. Who is more dangerous to the United States right now, ISIS or the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps of Iran? And he, without hesitation, said ISIS. What's your answer to that question?
They're a distant second to Iran.
Why?
They represent a threat. They represent a capability to strike the homeland, but they're not a nation state desirous of nuclear weapons. They'd like a nuclear weapon, but they don't have the destabilizing influence that a nuclear-armed Iran would have. If you ask me, of all the threats that keep me up at night, it's the Iranians with a nuclear capability. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard's doing a pretty good job of destabilizing the region. The Houthis wouldn't last 15 minutes. Assad wouldn't last 5 minutes without Iranian support. They basically destroyed Iraq. The most effective fighting force in Iraq are Shia militia, controlled by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. The caliphate doesn't represent the threat to the world order as a nuclear-armed Iran, so it's not even close to me. If you don't get Iran right in terms of their nuclear ambitions and controlling their destabilizing influence, that is far more ominous to us than ISIL, even though they're really bad.
From your perspective, what's wrong with the pending Iranian nuclear deal? Let's go into that for a couple minutes.
Oh, other than sitting down talking with people who are nuts, as if they're not nuts. They're religious Nazis. What are they going to do with the money you give them? Do you think they're going to build hospitals and schools?
President Obama says that they're on the hook to their people for $100 billion in infrastructure and schools.
Absolutely. I'm sure that's true. I'm sure the Ayatollah is worried about the next election. I got to get better roads here. They're going to kick me out. I don't think so. This whole construct of treating Iran as anything other than a totalitarian religious theocracy is nuts. How many people believe they're moderates in the Iranian government? Well, we'll have a drink. There are no moderates in the Iranian government. The moderates were killed a long time ago. There are people that present well in the Iranian government. They're going to do what the Ayatollah tells them. They're puppets out front. There are no moderates in this regime. The moderates rose up in 2009 and pretty much got slaughtered.
Senator Graham, let me focus in on the
So I
nuclear
wouldn't treat
deal.
them as if they're something they're not.
But we made nuclear deals with the Soviets, who sought worldwide domination and had the power to kill all of us. Iran has not the power. They don't have the power to kill many of us at all. No, they don't. They simply don't have the capability of killing large numbers of Americans. They can cause havoc in the Middle East, certainly.
What if they got a nuclear weapon? What would happen then?
But let me ask you this, though. The deal...
Do they want to kill a lot of us?
I don't know. I mean,
I think they do.
The deal, if it works, would keep them from the nuclear threshold. If they are as crazy as you say, don't you want to have a system in place to keep them from the nuclear threshold?
A good deal is a blessing, a bad deal is a nightmare.
Why is this a bad deal?
I think any deal is bad that doesn't change their behavior as a requirement to lift inspections. What's the magic of 10 years? Under the current construct, 10 years from now, it doesn't matter what they're doing, the inspections go away. Why would you give them money given the fact that they're destabilizing the region under sanctions? Does anybody believe that the Middle East would be different if it was not for Iranian intervention? Look what they're doing without a bunch of nuclear weapons and a bunch of cash. They have destabilized Syria. Assad wouldn't last 5 minutes. He's a puppet of Iran. The Houthis have destroyed Yemen. We've been kicked out of Yemen. Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula is second only to ISIL in terms of lethality to this nation. This civil war in Yemen has displaced us. We don't have any eyes and ears in Yemen anymore, and the Houthis have been supported by the Iranians. We're less safe. So at the end of the day, Lebanon, you got Hezbollah. So I don't see how Ben Rhodes or anybody else could believe that you would give these people money unless they change what they've been doing with the money they got. Why would you give them money hoping they would build roads when they're not building roads now?